Now, I'm on YouTube live for the first time right now. Hmm. Damn, I look fucked up. Alright, now. What I was on. Okay. I was thinking about a lot of stuff I've seen on YouTube and a lot of places. And I see a lot of people complaining about the Xbox, which they should. I feel sorry for anybody who bought every console. Like, I feel most sorry for the ones that bought the original one, then the S, and then the X. And they still ain't getting what they deserve. I do not own an Xbox. I don't hate the Xbox, but I just feel sorry for the owners of the Xbox. And I actually pray for them. Because these people are crazy. I see a lot of them seem like nutcases. Yes, I own the PlayStation, but I don't have a Pro. I have a regular PlayStation. I love it. I haven't had too many games that wasn't really that I didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Most of their exclusives pretty decent. I'm not, but it's not out of a hate thing for, I just hope these guys get what they want or what they deserve or what they feel like they deserve because I don't know how long it's been since they got exclusive and I feel sorry for them. I really do. And I'm not gonna lie, I owned the Xbox and the 360. I didn't own them at this when it was fresh out. I got 360 when it first came out. Actually, I didn't know what the 360 was because I didn't know what the Xbox was. And my mom bought me that in for my 8th grade graduation present, even though I wanted the PS4. I mean PS3, and it wasn't out yet, right? So she bought me that, and me not knowing what it was, I cried. I was like, "Mom, please, I'd rather just wait a year for the PlayStation 3." She's like, "I got the money now. Either you get this or you don't get nothing." So I had the 360. I did not own the actual original Xbox, but I had one of those first day original 360s that played regular Xbox games and 360 games. So I didn't play Halo until like 2000 and maybe 6. It was the first time I played Halo 1 and 2. I didn't even know what Halo was. Because when I saw the original Xbox, I'm not going to lie, I thought it was just another Dreamcast, which I already own. So why would I need to get an Xbox? Because the controllers looked so much alike when it first came out, I didn't know the difference. I was just like, that's another Dreamcast? Sega playing games again. Which I didn't even know about Sega went out of business when I had the Dreamcast, because at the PlayStation 1, Dreamcast, N64, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Color when I was a kid, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, PlayStation 2, and then 360 and PSP. That's what I had. And 360, I was just like, I cried because I did not want this 360. I actually wound up selling it for $100 when the PS3 came out. I can get it. Everybody was like, "Oh, how can you do that? That was so dumb." I'm gonna tell you the truth. My impressions of 360 when it first got it, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Over time, I liked it, but I didn't like it. I hated the controller because it felt too much. It felt like I don't know. I just didn't like it. I never liked the 360 controller. I've always been a DualShock controller. I like the DualShocks. The PS2, PS3 was okay, but it wasn't too much different from the 2 era. So I wasn't complaining. I just wish they did more. But I was just like, hey, it is what it is. My favorite console controller is the PS4 controller so far. PS5 controller, I don't think I'm gonna like. If I seen what it looked like, they got VR in it. I'm just like, oh no, Sony, don't do what X, because this now it looks like it's gonna be the reverse next generation. Because Sony is adding VR into the PS5 on day one, and it's just like, oh no, don't do that to us. Don't force us to get VR. It's a good side option. Just games, regular games. Focus on what you've been doing. Single player narrative games. That's 90% of the reason why I always stay with PlayStation. Not that Xbox didn't have them in last generation, because Fable was good. Fable was a good game. Very awesome. You know? Probably one of Fable 1, 2, in my opinion, the first two were classics. I give them both 10 out of 10. The third one, I give it a good solid 8. You know what I'm saying? My personal opinion. You didn't start off as a kid like the other ones. That's one thing I didn't like about it. You was already an adult. It's like they speeded it up for some reason. It's like, what you rushing for? Why are you rushing me? I want to play my game. Of course, and when I played those games, I didn't have internet access at the time. So, whatever DLC I could have made the game better, I don't know. And my 360 doesn't work anymore, so I don't know if it can die on me. That's not my first, that's like my fourth. That's another thing. The 360s was good systems if they didn't fucking die on you. And mine didn't even die, it's just pieces of it fell apart. Like, I can't use the driver inside of it. Like, if I want to play any games, it's got to be digital only on my 360 that I have, because the games that I had got jammed in there. One of the games, and it hasn't worked since. I don't know. And then it's just like, I feel like Microsoft is trying to be something that no one wants. And I don't hate Microsoft as a company as some people think everybody who has a PlayStation hates or likes PlayStation hates Microsoft. We don't hate Microsoft. We want Microsoft to do well. We want them to do good. You know what I'm saying? We want them to both succeed. And I do not like seeing stuff about, even if I don't own the console, I like to hear that it's doing well. Even though I don't like Nintendo, I want Nintendo to do well, because the more they do well, the more it makes Sony step their game up. You know what I'm saying? It would never be a Horizon Zero Dawn or a God of War or Detroit Become Human if it wasn't for Nintendo stepping their game up all them years in the past. You know? And PS2 is still my favorite console, but I think PS4 is my second favorite console. Then PS3. No, actually, then PS1, then PS3. I love all the PlayStations, but I don't love them all equally. PS4 is probably my second favorite console. PS2 is number one. Then PS1, then PS3, and then I'm gonna go with N64, Super Nintendo, and then 360. I would say original Xbox, but I never actually owned it when it was out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't own it. I owned games for it to play on my original Xbox, but I never owned actual system. Which, I mean, it's sad I didn't know about it back then. I didn't really understand what it was, because I was a kid. I was like, I thought everybody especially where I lived at, everybody was PlayStation. Everybody played on PlayStation. No, I didn't know anybody had an Xbox. And when people had Xbox, they used to make fun of them when I was a kid. Oh, you own an Xbox. Ha ha. You got Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? When I was in junior high, they was clowning kids that had Xbox. Like, they used to get bullied when I was a little kid. I remember that. Shit was funny to me. I was like, you're bullying them because they got a console? Wow. And then the PC guys, they were complete assholes. It's like, oh, you're a slave, a corporate slave. I'm like, okay, you want to play games? No, I only play PC. Oh, okay, we'll see you. And it would seem like the kids that would play PC, I'm not talking about everyone everywhere else. I'm talking about where I grew up at, were like the loners. You know what I'm saying? No one played with them. And they didn't even play with each other. It was kind of sad back then. And then now, PC is the biggest thing in there. Biggest market. I actually like Steam, you know what I'm saying? I like going on Steam. I'm not PC Master Race because I can't do keyboard and mouse. It's just not who I am. I'm not a keyboard and mouse guy. Um, and it's not that I can't do controller on PC, which I can, and I do it. I play a lot of the multi-plats on my PlayStation because that's what I have. With it's just a force of habit. I do play a lot of old games on PC, and I know some people like, oh, why play old games? If it's still a fun game, it's a fun game no matter when it came out. I mean, Super Mario World, I still like Super Mario World 3. I never liked it Mario 64 though. A lot of people hated on me when I was a kid because I didn't like that game. I never liked it Mario 64. I don't like any of the three-dimensional Mario games actually. I like it when they're 2D scrollers. It's hard. I mean, whatever you call it, when they're like, jumping and whatever you call it. And trying to go in the little cave. I like the old ones better. I don't like any of the new Mario games. I just don't. And I mean, it's my choice. And I hate how people try to put people down. Oh, yeah, Cubs, 2016, 2018. I hate when people try to put people down because of what platform they have. And I'm not going to lie and say I've never made fun of Nintendo. Guys, because it's funny. They're funny people. They're 40, 50-year-old men playing kiddie games. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's their choice. I shouldn't judge, but it's hard not to because I totally despise Nintendo at this stage in my life. When I was a kid, I used to love Nintendo. Don't get me wrong. But as an adult, I hate Nintendo with a passion. You know? I hate them so much. I might be wrong, but I feel like I blame them for killing off one of my favorite studios. Let me explain. THQ was my favorite game developers. I might be wrong, but it seemed like they jumped on the train with Nintendo with the Wii U making that device, and it basically killed the company because they put all their efforts into something that nobody gave a damn about. The Wii U killed them. They put too much money into that instead of just focusing on the stuff like, Saints Row and all the other stuff. Oh, and speaking of Saints Row, good lord, that was hot shit. Hey, Saints Row 4 and Go to Hell or whatever the fuck, or In Hell. Goddamn, I was just like, why? Why y'all do this to me? I love Saints Row. Saints Row 3 was like a fucking solid 8. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, why y'all do this to me? Why y'all trying to hurt me? It's just like, oh shit! Oh. Kind of tripped. It's okay. Oh, I've just finished the Batman. What's it called? Batman Enemy Within. Woo! That game's good. I love Telltale games. I just realized I've been playing the wrong type of games all my life. I'm not the best gamer in the world. I'm not going to fake like I am. Talking about I got a big gamer score. I'm not that guy that goes get trophies like that. My gamer thing for how I got my star, I got like a 12 on PlayStation. For whatever it's called, the 12 star. I got a star and it's 12, it says 33. I only got one platinum in my whole time on PlayStation. I got a lot of bronze. I got a lot of silver. I got 23 gold, 140 silver, and like 100,000 bronze. You know what I'm saying? So you know what type of gamer I am. And some people might call me casual. I don't really care. I mean, I don't play just sports titles, but I do enjoy them. I'm not gonna fake and say like I don't like sports titles. That would be the biggest lie of all time. I love sports titles. I love my baseball. I love my basketball. I haven't played football in years. I mean, and I know a lot of these games are the same game, just updated roster, but I enjoy seeing small improvements every year. I mean, I know it's abysmal, like a grain of salt every year they give us that much difference at each game, especially the wrestling games. I pretty, I'm pretty sure this is going. 2K18 was my last one. I'm done with WWE games at this point in my life. I don't even watch the wrestling. I don't even know why I bought the game. I just got it because it was like, ooh, wrestling game. Because I used to love them when I was a kid, and I just can't stop doing it. It's like a sick infliction. I don't even like wrestling anymore. I fucking hate that shit, and I just buy the game every year, like a goddamn crack addict. Just like, ooh, wrestling game. I'm gonna get it. I don't even know what half these wrestlers are. I'm looking at everybody, and I'm just like, ugh. I know John Cena. I know Randy Orton. I'm like Bobby Roode, AJ Styles. What 10A is doing Invasion or something? And I didn't even know they was there. I swear to God, Bobby Roode's music is annoying as hell. Compared to what he back in 2012 when he was the TNA World Championship champion. That was back when I still loved wrestling. I'm not gonna lie. I think, and I seen Bobby Lashley's now back in WWE. I'm happy for him. Get your money, brother. But it's nothing they can do at this point to make me want to watch the product because it's such trash with storylines. It's never. They always go the other way. They never go the way you want them to go. So eventually you just say, fuck it. I'm not going to get what I want or any kind of enjoyment. I'm not going to watch something every week to feel pissed off and, hope for better days. Better days has came through TNA and Raw and SmackDown back in the day. And better days has passed. It's no fixing something I don't care about anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like there's so many things that could have happened within these games. I'm at the point with wrestling that I don't care. It's something I once loved more than anything. It was wrestling, video games, anime, action movies. I was a simple man or young man or whatever. I'm still young. Damn it, I'm 20 something. But I just don't care. My mind is at this age, at the part where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck you and your whole damn company. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It never goes the way you want it to go. It's just instead of trying to be like, oh, maybe they'll do this and do that. No, they fuck you. Mentally fuck you. To the point you just can't deal with shit. And you just be like, you know what? I'm not going to let this rule my life anymore. I'm not going to be addicted to something that doesn't give a payoff. It's like doing drugs that don't affect you, but it's just doing them just because. It makes no sense. That's why I quit watching wrestling. I quit giving a fuck. These wrestling games, and it's not even too much of a difference from each game. The controls, I have no problem with controls being basically similar. And they did add some awesome new stuff, but it didn't always work like they so-called claim. For a lot of these mechanics they add in, it doesn't always work. You know what I'm saying? And the weapons, they didn't have enough weapons, not enough blood coming out of your characters. It wasn't realistic enough for blood, you know what I'm saying? If I hit somebody upside the head with the hammer and they're bleeding, they should continue to bleed every time I fuck them up, and it should show blood stains on the fucking floor and everywhere, like they did in the past games and back in the PlayStation 3/360 era. But you know what? And they don't have enough weapons. It's not enough realistic blood and not enough blood. If you keep getting hit where you're bleeding at, you would bleed in real life. You don't just, the blood just stays there and sits there. It's just like, it's infuriating. You think I'm a fucking idiot? No. It's just like, forget it, man. Forget it. I'm not dealing with this, man. And now I just, like, no. I refuse to even watch any kind of wrestling. They defeated me to the point where I don't even care about any kind of wrestling. You know, I never really liked W. I mean, I did like W a lot when I was a kid, or WWF, or whatever you want to call it. But and then TNA was good for a while. It was really good. It was now it's just like, and ROH, I never could get into that shit. I'm sorry. I love me some Jay Lethal, but I don't care. I just don't care anymore. You know? Young Bucks, don't care. Kenny Omega, don't care. Cody Rhodes, don't care. Don't give a fuck anymore. You know? It's just boring. To the point where I hate it now almost. It's just like, I see it come on and I just get a feeling of like disgust at this point in my life. And I think it's so many times I wanted to see people come out of it, like the good guy come out of it, or the bad guy, depending on how I felt at the time. The way it should go, that never goes. And then, you know, I don't know. Alright, I'm gone. 'Cause I'm out.